Hey you guys, what's up? It's your girl Tash. Welcome back to my channel. If I seem like I'm trying to speak a little lower today, it is because Nick and the dogs are still sleeping. It is super duper early in the morning, you guys. I could not sleep last night, like literally could not sleep. So finally I got up, grabbed my coffee, and I'm here. I'm gonna film. So we are going to talk today about the new e.l.f. products that have recently released. First, we're going to start off with the new Putty Primers. I did pick up the Luminous Putty Primer as well as the Matte Putty Primer, as well as a bunch of the other e.l.f. goodies that launched, you guys. I got the eye cream that I got asked about, a couple of the new glitter shadows. The new, the Total Face Sponge was a freebie. I've actually used this before, but now that I love the Juno sponge so much, I think I'm gonna like this. I gave the other one to my mom. Of course, you guys know I had to pick up the new concealers because the Hydrating. And then I also picked up their new Halo Glow powders, the light and medium. And then of course I grabbed this by CoverGirl because if you are new here and you don't know, I am completely obsessed with their exhibitionist line. I think it is absolutely amazing, and I'm obsessed with concealer. Enough blabbling. Grab your coffee, ladies. Grab your breakfast, a snack. Grab your makeup. Come get ready with me. If you are curious to see how these products perform, y'all, then just keep watching. Alright, you guys, so first things first, I am going to start off with the Luminous Primer, and I'm going to read a little bit off the back of here to you guys. It says, this luminous blurring putty primer has a velvety texture that glides effortlessly over the skin to smooth over imperfections and to add a soft glow. Infused with hyaluronic acid and vegan collagen, it helps plump the skin and keep it fresh and hydrated. The result? A smooth, blurred, radiant complexion. Now it says Luminous Putty Primer Universal Glow. So all skin types are supposed to be able to use this. And basically what I'm going to do today so that we can test both primers is I'm going to put one primer on one side of my face and the other primer on the other side. So here is their new Matte Putty Primer. To read about this one, it says this mattifying skin perfecting putty primer has a velvety texture that glides on effortlessly over the skin, smoothing over imperfections. Infused with colloid clay and white charcoal to help absorb excess oil and grip makeup for all day wear. And it says the result, a smooth, poreless, shine-free matte complexion. So what I'm going to do with the matte one is put it in areas where I do tend to get a little oily. I mean, I'm not super oily, but I do like stuff for filling in the pores. And so I thought maybe this would help with that. All right. So it is still in the same packaging as the regular putty primer. Couldn't think of what I was trying to say. So we're going to start off with the luminous one, of course. And again, you guys, it is the same packaging as their original putty primer. Doesn't smell like anything. Here is the luminous version up close. And then here is the matte version. Again, it does not smell like anything. So looking at the two right off the bat, the only difference that I see is the luminous kind of has like a glowy yellow tint to it, while the matte one has like a white tint. So I'm just going to apply the luminous one on this side of my face and the matte one on this side. But keeping the matte one, well actually, I will use this on this side of my face. I moisturized it really well this morning, but I'm also going to use it in areas where I have pores, like large pores. So I always like to take a little bit out and put it on the back of my hand when I use these putty primers. So just doing that in two different spots to kind of let it warm up to the skin. All right, so on this finger over here we have the Luminous Primer. I'm going to bring you guys in a little bit so that you can see. All right, still working with the Luminous Primer. Let me put this matte one over here. There we go. All right, you guys, right off the bat, the Luminous one feels nice and moisturizing and whatnot. However, it is not doing anything for the pores, which is going to drive me insane. So let us hope that it does something, you know, as far as keeping makeup on. Still working with the Luminous Primer. It does give you a nice glow, which I like. And again, it does feel nice and hydrating. But again, you guys, as far as doing anything for the pores, there's like no filling in of pores. So we are going to go on this side and continue with that matte primer. And I'm just going to kind of press that one, hoping that it does something for my pores. The matte one actually feels nicely hydrating too. Like I don't feel like it's sucking the life out of my skin like some matte primers. Like in high school, I was pretty oily. And I used the Rimmel Stay Matte Primer. Now that is one that I swear by for anybody dealing with dry skin. Because it's affordable and girl, it's going to keep you matte all day long. I don't know, you guys. It may have done something for the pores on the matte side. It definitely, in my opinion, did a little bit more than the Luminous one. And now, y'all know, usually when I hear matte anything, I'm running for the door because I have dry skin. But I knew that some of you were going to ask, and of course I wanted to try it out for you. It was $8, just like the regular putty primers. I'm going to take a little bit more of the matte one and see if I can get some coverage, like more coverage on my pores. It's not doing a ton on as far as filling in my pores, but it's not doing anything either. So I'm going to let this sit on my face while I move on to the eyes. And we're going to go in with the Putty Eye Cream. Now I did pick mine up in the shade, I believe Nude. Nude or Cream, one of the two. Yeah, I picked my Putty Eye Primer up in the shade Cream. This says amp up your eyeshadow looks with this color intensifying eye primer that locks in eyeshadow for 12 hours of crease proof wear, infused with vegan squalene known to moisturize throughout the day. Ooh, I like that because again, if you've been with me, you know that I do have texture up here sometimes when I get really dry, and like most eye primers, they like mattify, so I generally don't have the best experience with them. They usually emphasize texture. So this just looks like my regular favorite eye primer by Revolution Pro. Here we go. There we go. So I did pick mine up in this shade. You guys, this does come in, I want to say 5 or 6 shades. Doesn't have a smell, which is nice. So with this, I'm actually just going to take the same brush that I use to put on eye primer, and it's either this concealer buffer by Jessup or I use my e.l.f. concealer brush. Just trying to kind of see the texture of it. Okay, so it is putty. But I'm still going to try to pick it up on the brush just because I don't want to use a ton. So what I like to do then is just smooth it all over the eye area and then go out and pat it out with either a sponge or my finger. In this case, I think I'm going to use my finger to kind of help melt this product. Okay, I would definitely recommend, if you have dry skin up here like myself, make sure you moisturize very well. Because I can already see where it's kind of hanging on to a little bit of texture here. Especially this area right up underneath my brow. Like I always have problems with that area. All right, you guys, I am going to stop playing around. We're gonna go into the e.l.f. Liquid Glitter Shadows. It claims, or no, this one says Dirty Martini. And then I also picked up bling bling. So I think for today what I'm going to do is pull out one of my more neutral e.l.f. palettes to use for some transition eyeshadow. And I think I'm going to go in with the shade Bling Bling because it matches my top. Now this claims, it says get an amped up eye look with one swipe glitter coverage. Formulated for comfortable wear with minimal fallout. Hey! This long-lasting, opaque liquid eyeshadow delivers high-impact, multi-dimensional glitters and pearls in a quick-drying gel base. Girl, this claims to be one swipe. Okay. Like, that, if these are really that good, Stila might want to run, because these are only $5. And look how cute they are. They're so cute, you guys. So really quickly, I'm going to go ahead and swatch this one for you. And I'm going to put on some eyeshadow, just like transition eyeshadow. See, to me, that's not one swipe. I'm going to put on some eyeshadow for my transition shade. And then I'm going to come back and we will apply this together. So I kind of blended this. I think it's this one. Yeah, I blended this side out. This is what it looks like when you swipe it or what have you. So I'm thinking like maybe once it gets on the eyes, you'll only need one swipe or so. But I just kind of wanted to show you guys what it looked like, just right like that. All right, I will be back after I put some shadow on my, transition shade. All right, you guys, I'm back. So after being off camera for a minute, I was able to take a couple sips of my coffee and wake up a little bit more. I do apologize. And for eyeshadow, I didn't dig for my e.l.f. palette. I actually went in with this Too Faced Natural Eyes. And this is not the matte version, but the version that has shimmers and mattes in it. I used to be ride or die for this palette. Like, ugh, I used to use it all the time. And I don't use a lot of high-end makeup on my channel, so I was like, you know what? We're going to do it. So right now we are going in with the e.l.f. Liquid Glitter Shadow in the shade Bling Bling. We are going to see what it does. I'm going to bring you guys in a little bit closer so that you can see better. Ooh, this is pretty. Really pretty. I mean, I don't think that this silver shadow is really one swipe. I think that this one you do need to build up. Maybe like the Dirty Martini one. I think I ordered another one. I think I ordered Flirty Birdie, but I can't remember because so much stuff just kept coming out, you guys. And so I was trying to get it all in one order, but unfortunately, well, it didn't work that way. So yeah, this one I feel like you do need to build up. But I mean, as you guys can see so far, I've only used one dip on one eye. So I'm going to let this one dry really quickly. And then we're going to do the other one. Alright, you guys, so I have it applied to both eyes. I did get some transfer up here. And that could be my fault for building it up because it does claim to be one swipe. But for me, it just wasn't as opaque as I had hoped for and what I want. But I do like this. It is nice. Now, I'm going to be completely transparent and honest with you guys. I have $1 liquid shadows that perform better than this shade. So I will be using this one in another video. This is Dirty Martini. Let's go ahead and swatch it really quickly. And we're going to see if this one is more pigmented with the one swipe. Because it could just, oh yeah, it's just the silver. So yeah, I should have used this one because the silver one does not swatch like this. It's not one swipe. Now that one definitely, that makes me want all of the other colors. The silver, this is what it does, is it's kind of patchy. But again, very pretty. I just kind of, I built it up a little bit and I still didn't get the opacity like Dirty Martini is whoa. But what I did is I just patted it out with a little bit of an eyeshadow brush. It kind of helped out some. But we're going to go ahead and move on. So I will be right back. I do need to apply some foundation to my face. I'm not using a new foundation today, so I will be right back. And we're going to get into the hydrating concealer. Alright, you guys, welcome back. So now that I have my foundation on, and I just went in with the new Wet n Wild Photo Focus Dewy Foundation. If you have not seen my review for that, I will link it up here. Alright guys, I picked out 2 of the Hydrating Camo Concealer shades. And the reason I did this was because I want one for my face and one for my under eye. Now I picked my shades out based on one of my shade twinsies. I've mentioned her in one of my videos before. Her name is Samage. I've been watching her for years. Now we're generally around the same shade-ish. And if my makeup looks off today, you guys, unfortunately I'm still using the same light diffuser. I apologize, but my new one has not come in yet, so I'm sorry. Alright, so I picked mine up in the shade Medium Sand and Light Sand. We're going to take these out and swatch them both. The reason I leave the packaging on most of the time, guys, is because a lot of people have complained in the past to me that they have problems finding the products if they don't know what the packaging looks like. So I know it's a pain in the butt, and you know, it wastes time sometimes, but I try to help everyone. Alright, so Medium Sand. Same doe foot applicator as the regular Camo Concealer. So here is Medium Sand. It doesn't really smell like anything, which thank goodness. So this is Light Sand, which is going to be a real bright under eye. So Medium Sand and Light Sand. It feels really hydrating. It looks really hydrating, and I am really excited. Now I don't have my regular Camo Concealer up here because I believe it is in the box for me to do my favorites video after this. We'll start my series anyway. We're gonna go in with this one first. This is Medium Sand, and we're gonna see if it matches me good or if I'm gonna have to pick up another shade. Now I did read somewhere on a blog post yesterday that this one, like the hydrating one, is lighter than the regular 16-hour Camo Concealer, and I think that's because that one dries down matte, but I could be wrong. So yeah, see, this one is more of what like my foundations would look like. And so I'm just going to take my Juno & Co sponge and take the bottom side and just kind of start working this into where I have scarring. So this might appear darker than my foundation, just to let you guys know. And I'm not being rude or anything. I'm just, there's new people here all the time, and so I just kind of want to help. Oh, holy coverage. Do you guys see that? What? I am shocked. Now, I know I used quite a bit, but oh my goodness. Do you guys see the difference, like in this area where I have acne to where I just covered up? I'm going to tell you right off the bat, it's full coverage and you only need a tiny bit. So I have a bunch of acne scars here. Do you see how little I use this time? Because you guys, if you're having problems, by the way, with products like some of your foundations and whatnot that claim to be full coverage, and you're not getting full coverage by using a regular sponge, whether it be this, your beauty blender, girlfriend, get you a microfiber sponge from Juno & Co. I have tried other ones in the past. Oh, see, I just used too much again. So heavy-handed. But I didn't really care for them as much as I like this one. I just feel like this one really gets the job done. And it, I mean, y'all seen it firsthand, the coverage it gives, because it doesn't suck all that product up into it. I've really been enjoying this one. It is a little bit more than, like, say, my Shop Miss A sponges that I rave about. But the coverage, oh, it's just so insane. I'm going to take this one out because that's way too much. Just trying to cover some scarring. We're still going to highlight my face, by the way. You guys, if this video seems off, by the way, I apologize. My first video of the day is always just kind of all over the place, and I'm usually still trying to wake up. So I get livelier as the day goes on. But I'm like that person, no talkie before coffee. And I have not even finished a full cup yet today, but because I haven't slept. I didn't want to get sleepy and not get the video done until later. I'm like, get up, girl, get it done now. All right, you guys. I think I'm gonna stick with this one for the under eye. So here we go. I'm just gonna put a couple of dots here. Now I put 4 on this one because I started to run out of product. I'm gonna take the other end of this and just, here we go. Like, the coverage of this is so pretty. I don't even want to powder. So I'm gonna use very minimal powder like I normally do with my other sponge and set things. While I'm blending, I have a question for you guys, and please don't take this wrong. Like, if I'm rude, y'all will know. You will know. No, I'm just playing. I'm not being rude, seriously. I noticed that, you know, I had some videos requested and whatnot, and so I did them and uploaded them. But I noticed in my analytics that it said, you know, it shows our view time and how long the video is watched. And I noticed a lot of you had closed the video out at like, I think it was like 6 minutes. If you don't feel comfortable leaving me a comment like out in the open, that's totally cool. Like, you can always DM me on Instagram. I don't get to all of my messages the same day always, just because I do answer all of my comments here on YouTube, and that takes quite a while. But I will get to it. I just want to know, like, honestly, is there something that I'm doing in my videos that you guys are not, like, some of you guys are not watching it all the way through, like you're not wanting to, or, you know, let me know what's up, because you guys mean a lot to me. And, you know, if videos are requested and stuff, I want you guys to enjoy them, so just let me know. All right, guys, really quickly, we're gonna move into the Halo Glow Powder. Now, this claims to make your skin look like it's wearing a beauty filter. Girl, I am all about that. Give me all of that. It says, the silky weightless texture of this setting powder drapes the skin for a dreamy, blurring, soft focus finish, created with finely milled synthetic sapphire particles to give your skin a soft glow, help smooth the appearance of fine lines and blur imperfections, formulated to keep shine at bay and ensure makeup looks and feels fresh throughout the day. Okay, elf. All right, you guys, so I did pick mine up in medium and light. Light I picked up to set my under eye, as well as medium to set my face. Now, you guys, now, this year has been crazy. Like, I started enjoying dewy setting powders. I call them dewy setting powders. Illuminating setting powders last year. And I have been obsessed ever since. Or no, it was the year before. Because I had tried out the Hourglass one. Well, Hourglass is expensive. That powder is almost $50. Now, I have repurchased it several times. Call me crazy, I know. But having a dewy setting powder really does make all the difference in your makeup when you have dry skin. It's just beautiful. Really quickly, I'm going to show you guys what this looks like. It is the new sifter that e.l.f. is putting on their loose powders. So you do get that side that will close so that it's not a huge mess when you close the lid, which I appreciate. But I do my nails, and so it has this tab in here that I have to pull off. So I'm going to do that while I'm talking to you guys. So yeah, the illuminating powders really do make all the difference. And so I've just been obsessed. So I've been trying to find, you know, different affordable options for everybody. And then I saw e.l.f. came out with this one. Now, they do have another one in their HD powder line that they came out with when they first came out with the HD setting powders. And it is called Shimmering, or no, it's not Shimmering. It's Soft Radiance, I think, or Soft Radiance or Soft Opalescence. One of the two. I have it in my drawer. But I just haven't been using it a ton because I found other stuff that I liked even more. But what I love about these powders by e.l.f. is that they are so finely milled, you guys. So we're going to go in with the light one first. And we're just going to pour a little bit out. It's going to be very hard to show this to you guys. So here's what it looks like. As you can see, Again, it is very finely milled. I'm going to go in with just my regular sponge to set my under eyes. And I always tap the excess off on the back of my hand. You know what? I might need a little bit more. I don't really feel like much is on my sponge. Though I don't use a lot of powder anyways. But always tap that excess off, and that's how I keep from getting like super cakey. You guys, look at this concealer. It's so beautiful. Do you see that glow? Oh, I really don't want to set it. Now, just to mention, you guys, it is starting to crease. Do you guys see that? Hopefully. So I'm going to have to pat this out a little bit. Pretty much any hydrating concealer, I want to say, creases on me. That's the only downfall to, you know, starting to age or whatnot. After you pat it out though, it does look really nice. Now, I can tell you guys I do see a huge difference in the side of my face that I use the Luminous Primer on. I can see every pore right here. The side that I use the matte primer on is still giving off that dewy vibe from the foundation as well as the concealer that I used, but it looks more airbrushed over here. So surprisingly so far, I am liking the matte primer. I know I can't believe it either. All right, guys, so moving along, we are going to get into the medium powder, which looks like so. I'm going to use that same sponge, just the different side, dip into the powder, and pat on the back of my hand. We're going to set my face, at least in the areas that I have to blend other product on top of. I do want to keep this area of my forehead unset, just because I'm digging the glow. Now, surprisingly, I don't see a lot of shimmer in here. If you guys are familiar with that powder that I mentioned before that they have that is luminous, it's a loose setting powder. There's shimmer in that one. Do you guys remember that? Comment down below if you know what I'm talking about. Because there is definitely shimmer in that powder, but I don't see it in this one. It just looks really pretty and luminous. I wish the camera would pick it up so you guys can see what I'm talking about. It feels very lightweight as well. Like, I don't feel this powder on my face at all. Very nice. You guys, I really think I found a new favorite concealer. Oh my goodness. This is so pretty. I apologize for my messy hair, by the way. I'm just getting ready for the day. So you guys are seeing me in the raw. So I don't like to waste that powder that's on my hand. I try to pick it up with the brush, and I'm just swirling a setting brush in, or yeah, a powder brush in the powder. And I'm going to hit that underside of my neck, because if I don't set this, it's going to get all over my clothes. I like to make sure it's nice and set. Alright, you guys, I don't have a new bronzer for this video to try out, so I'm going to do my bronzer, blush, and all of that shebang, and when I come back, we're going to talk about these products. Alright guys, so it is time to move in to the mascara by CoverGirl, and this is their Exhibitionist Uncensored up to 24-hour wear big volume, ultra intense mascara. I picked mine up in extreme black. This is what the packaging looks like. Hopefully you guys can kind of see that. So here is the tube. It just says uncensored down the middle of it. I love that. And here is the wand. This is the first time I'm opening this. Ooh. I'm a little nervous, guys. That wand is cute. But we're going to go ahead and get into it. Let's see if I like this. I don't know why I smell everything. It doesn't smell like anything. It smells like mascara. And update, don't mind my hair, it's wet. I am noticing that I'm having glitter fall out from the eyeshadow, which to me is almost to be expected. I mean, it's a liquid shadow, but it's probably my fault because, as you guys know, I did layer this one and then I moved it around as well, patting it out with a brush. I really think I'll have better luck with the Dirty Martini, the other shade that I showed you. And I kind of wish I would have used that one today. But hey girl, hey, we live and learn. So it is what it is. I wanted to thank you guys, those of you who commented on my very last video where I explained to you guys what happened with that clothing company. Thank you guys seriously so much for all of your support and kind words. I haven't had a chance to read all of the comments yet and comment back to you, but I have read a lot of them, and I'm just tickled by how much you guys are supporting me. Like, you guys are just amazing. I love you. I really do. Thank you. It really meant a lot to me, the sweet things that you guys have said. And you know, when stuff like that happens, you don't know how people are going to react. If they think that, you know, I was worried that maybe some would think that, oh, she's just doing that for views. And no, I honestly did it because I didn't want, you know, like I said, you guys to get scammed. So thank you again so much to everyone who commented back about that. Ooh, y'all, I think I might have found a new mascara. And that is weird for me. And I keep saying this, I know there's just so many new subscribers recently. And so a lot of you have not, excuse me for a second. Ooh, y'all, I like this. Okay, so what I was trying to say was, for those of you that may not know, I cannot usually test out a mascara and say right off the bat, hey, I like this. My thing with mascara is generally, I'll try it out the first time upon opening it and whatnot. And then I notice that I have to leave it open. Well, not leave it open like this, but you know what I mean? You open it that first initial time, which allows air to get into it, which improves the formula for so long before it dries out. So usually my mascaras have to be open. This is nice. And I'm going to go ahead right off the bat and say I recommend this. Super nice. All right. I do want to try out this Smashbox liquid lipstick. This is the first one that I'm trying out, I believe. I know I had a sample sized one that I'd showed you guys, I think, in a video not too long ago, but I don't recall if I actually tried it on camera. So I'm going to go in with this Believe Beauty lip liner. This is their long-lasting lip liner in the shade So Chic. And I love their lip liners, for those of you that don't know. They're super pigmented, super creamy, and they get the job done. See what I mean? Look how pigmented that is. Oh, so pretty. Alright guys, so this is the Smashbox Always On liquid lipstick in the shade Bang Bang. And to me, silver and red go very nicely together. And I thought that this lip liner would be a good match. It may be a smidge darker than the lipstick. I'm not sure. This is my first time swatching it. So here we go. This is what their wand looks like in case you are curious. And we're going to go ahead and swatch the shade together. Ooh, I think I'm going to like it, guys. So I do want to say one thing, because I don't really show a lot of high-end makeup on my channel anymore, just because I know that a lot of people are not into it. It can get expensive. But you guys, I'm telling you, if you watch the sales at Ulta, girl, you are going to get better deals there than if you were to shop at Sephora. So always watch the sales at Ulta. Even sign up for their emails. Go straight to the sales section and buy your makeup there. Girl, you do not have to pay full price for nothing. And then always check, like when you click on sales, it'll have several tabs. I believe it's 3 tabs. And it'll say maybe weekly sales or what have you. And it'll list all of the brands that are on sale. And then it will have sale and then coupon. Girl, click that coupon button. Even if it's $3 or $3.50 or whatever off of $15, every penny counts in my book. Okay, so the lipstick is beautiful, but it is more of an orange tint to where the lip liner is more of like a blue undertone or what have you. Alright, you guys, so this is the final look. I'm going to say this right off the bat. Love the lipstick, but this is not the color of red that I would put with a look like this. For me, I would lean more towards something with like a more bluish undertone. Though I do love the color. It's very pretty. This is more something, that type of red that personally I would wear without wearing eyeshadow, or something just really nude to where it like melts in so that it, you know, looked like I wasn't wearing eyeshadow. I'm going to go over the products really quickly that I used today, that I used off camera. And then we're going to talk about the e.l.f. products. So hopefully I can hold you here. First of all, I'm going to use this Jordana Holographic Lip Topper. This is in the shade Opal Cosmic Opal. Just because I'm not feeling the color. And it'll just make me look on holiday. You guys have seen me use this with lipstick before. So, yeah. What I love about it is it just kind of changes that vibe of the lipstick. And kind of makes you look like you're ready for a holiday party. Alright guys, quickly. Stop it, Tasha. Alright guys, so for my eyeliner today, I went in with the Wet n Wild Breakup Proof Waterproof Retractable Eyeliner, and I used mine in the shade Dark Brown. Again, this was a product that I used in my last Wet n Wild video, where I also used the Photo Focus Dewy Foundation. I've been really enjoying that, by the way. For my bronzer, I went in with my good old Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer. This was a holy grail for me, and I haven't picked it up in a while, so it was nice to use this today. For my blush, I went in with the BH Cosmetics Nude Blush Palette, and I used this shade right here. Very, very pretty shade. It looks like it's going to be super light, but I love this. It just gave me a nice pop of color that, I don't know, it just, ooh, I loved it. All right, for my brows today, I have been loving my LA Colors Browy Wowie pencil again. This pencil is super nice, you guys. I believe this is only $3 at your local Dollar General, as well as on the LA Colors website. Highly recommend that. And then for my eyeshadow today, I did use my Too Faced Natural Eyes palette, just for some transitional shades. Okay. The e.l.f. stuff. Let's start with the primers. Now, we went in with the Luminous Primer on this side of my face and the Matte Primer on this side of my face. What I like about the Luminous Primer is that it's super hydrating to the skin. You can tell there's hyaluronic acid and good skincare products in here because it moisturizes well. It also has this nice, beautiful, kind of a iridescent luminosity, blah 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 to it, and it makes your skin look really nice, hydrated, plump, and glowing. I do like that. The con side to me for it is that it does absolutely nothing for the pores, and I don't like that because I want my putty it's like a tongue twister to say, sorry. I want my putty primer to be a one and done, to where I don't need to go back and use a pore filler. So I do like it, but I just wish that it did something for the pores. So, I mean, if you don't have that issue with large pores like I do, though, I highly recommend this. It's really, really nice, and it is actually a little more hydrating than the original Putty Primer, in my opinion. So, the Matte Putty Primer, what I loved about this is that you can tell that I used a matte primer, but it's not that matte that's going to suck the life out of my skin and, like, make my makeup look all cracky and patchy. And I mean, I don't feel like it's showing the areas of my skin where, like, my skin is kind of flaking a little bit. Really, really, really enjoying it. And it blurred areas of my face as well. So for this, I could probably use this as a one and done. If you have super dehydrated skin, and I have a combo of dry and dehydrated, I'm doing a lot better recently, and just dealing with the dry skin. So if you have dehydrated skin, though, I probably wouldn't recommend this until you can get your skin back to a place where it's either like just a little dry or, you know, kind of semi-dry. I really think that this would emphasize a lot of texture and a lot of flakiness. But right now my skin's in a good place where I'm not dealing with that too much, you know, and to me this does have some hydration in it. Again, I think that they're both really good, but they both have pros and cons. So really you would just have to pick the one that you feel is good for you. The powders I really enjoy. I don't feel like they're making my skin look heavy. I don't feel like they are emphasizing a lot of texture. Now, on my under eyes, the concealer did crease, but to me that's to be expected with a hydrating concealer. I just take my finger throughout the day and just kind of pat it out, and I'm good to go. Or you could take a tiny bit of your powder and repowder. You could repowder with the pressed powder. It's concealer, guys. If you've got lines under your eyes, 9 times out of 10, they are going to crease. Now, what I love about this concealer is that it feels very lightweight on the skin. It is $6 and it's hydrating. It just adds this beautiful, healthy luminosity to the skin without being overly dewy and glowy. So if you have oily skin, I really do think that this would work for you as well. Without making you look greasy. So I really think that these concealers are definitely worth checking out if you are I almost said sharp tape. If you are someone who likes the Tarte Shape Tape but it's too dry for you, I was that girl for a long time until I found the e.l.f. Camo Concealer, but then I had it in my head that that was too dry. But I realized I just had the wrong shade and it made my skin look even drier. So keep that in mind as well. If you are having problems with your concealer and you feel like it's maybe making your skin too dry, do you have the right shade? Because now that I have the right shade in the regular camo, I can wear it, no problems. It's not too drying. But this is life for me. These are so good. Love this. So you will be seeing that in some more videos, ladies. Again, love the powder. It is nice and it's nice and dewy looking, but without being overly dewy. Like, I think people with even oily skin could wear these because I can see where it did kind of blur my pores as well as mattify the skin just a touch, but it's got that healthy look to it in my opinion. I really like it so far. The e.l.f. Putty Primer, this and the other putty primers I want to play with a little bit more. This to me was really good. It does kind of feel and look like the texture of I don't know, more like the matte Painterly paint pots, or because those are kind of drying on me, versus the Revolution Pro eye elements that I rave to you guys about all the time that actually does not dry out my eye area at all. This kind of did, and I moisturized so good today, you guys. So I don't know, I'm gonna have to play with this some more and see if I like it. If you have oily eyelids and whatnot, I don't think that you would have a problem. I did not completely set this all the way down. Did I? No. So you can go right on top of this with your shadow. It doesn't take but a second to dry down. As you're blending it in, it's drying. So, and I really do feel like it does help your eyeshadows to go on smoother, more pigmented, and I mean, I'm not having any problems with creasing up here or anything like that. So I still recommend the Revolution one though, because that's my ride or die baby. All right, you guys, we are on the last and final item, the e.l.f. Liquid Glitter Eyeshadows. Now, I highly recommend Dirty Martini, even though I did not use this one on my eyes today, because as you guys saw in a swatch, this is a one swipe eyeshadow. It's a lot cheaper than the Stila eyeshadows, and it's hella pigmented. It's beautiful, okay? So we're gonna be done with Dirty Martini for now. Now, I did go in with the shade Bling Bling on my eyes, and as you guys know, this one is not a one swipe, but if you're looking for a silver eyeshadow like this, do I feel like you would like this? Yeah, I do, especially if you're going for something just a little, you know, glitz and glam, but without it super opaque like I was expecting. I do think now that I am looking at my look or what have you, that this matched well with this without being over the top too much. I think if this would have been as opaque as I was expecting, I do think it probably would have been too much. Do I think you need this one? if you want to get glam, girl, yeah, you probably do. I like it. I just, again, was expecting it to be a one swipe. I did have to build this one up, and then I patted it in with a brush. So ultimately, I'm going to let you decide on this one. But girl, I'm telling you, even if you don't get Dirty Martini, you should try some of the other ones because, oh my goodness, if you're someone that wanted the Stila eyeshadows, this is the next best thing. All right, you guys, so that is it for today's video. I hope that you guys enjoyed all of the products that I went over in today's video. If you have any questions, please just drop me a line down below. I would be happy to answer them for you. Let me know if there is anything in this makeup video, tutorial, review, shebang thing that you are interested in picking up or that you're already gonna pick up. I am curious to know. Again, I highly, highly, highly recommend the concealers to my girls out there that need that coverage, or want, I should say, want the coverage, but you're over the drying concealers. All right, you guys, I just want to say thank you so much, as always, for taking time out of your busy day to click on this video and hang out with me and hear what I have to say. I appreciate each and every one of you. I love you guys to the moon and back, and I will see you in the next one. Ooh, have an amazing day wherever you are. Hey girl, hey. Bye guys.